A lot of times when people start their new year, they always have New Year's resolutions, and one of the biggest ones they have is weight loss. And we want everybody to know that we have a weight loss program that Rob does. It's absolutely phenomenal. He's had quite a few people going through the program. There's testimonials. You can read the testimonials, and I'd like to know a little bit more about it. So you can, what do you want them to know about this program?
Well, the thing is, there's so much information out there, and unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation out there. And, when it comes to weight loss, it's very emotional for a lot of people. So there is kind of an emotional component within our program that we really want to focus on as well. But, a lot of times people look at like thermodynamics, like calories in, calories out. And a lot of people have that mentality of it's got to be hard and I got to beat the weight out. And this program is really designed around optimizing someone's nervous system. And the reality is most people today have too much sympathetic upregulation. So people today are living in fight or flight, and it's really, really tough to lose weight when you're stuck in that upregulated sympathetic tone. So the program is really designed to heal your body, balance your body, and if we focus on how can I optimize my health, how can I get healthier, and realize a byproduct of a healthier body is an ideal weight, it's much better than how can I lose weight, because there's lots of things you can do to lose weight. The question we have to ask is, am I getting further away from balance in my body? And is it all just about calories instead of really making sure my nervous system is as healthy as I can make it? So most of the clients, the average is anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds, 20 to 40 pounds in just 6 weeks during the release phase. It's a 10-week program, and we utilize the Oura Ring. So we are really tracking metrics to ensure that you're in as healthy of a state as you can so your body can naturally release that weight. And just been getting such great results. And what's, I think, really, really great is there's lots of different options out there. A lot of times people are seeking medical intervention. They're getting on some drugs that can help facilitate the process. And, that is one way to do it. But the question we have to ask is, are we putting our body in a position where we're really, again, optimizing our health? And one could argue is like if I'm 30 pounds or 40 pounds lighter, it's healthier for me. But there's always, cause and effect. And there's good, there's better, and there's best. And it's tough to think about circumventing the laws of physics. I mean, anytime you take a shortcut, most of the time there's going to be repercussions. So we want to make sure when we identify what a person's goals are, we're focusing on health first. And the healthier you become, a byproduct again is you're going to reach an ideal weight. So minimally processed whole foods is the foundation of the program. Surprisingly, what we want is during this process, you're not doing intense exercise at all. You're focusing on rest, recovery, nurturing your nervous system. And one of the things people are finding out is they need more sleep. They need to really, I guess what I want people to understand is there's a time to exercise where you're expending energy, you're expending life force, and then there's a time when you need to cultivate life force. And that's really what this program is about, is making sure your body is in as healthy of a state as it can be. And again, a byproduct of that is you're going to just release the weight naturally. And that's why so many people are getting such great results. Right now, I've got a guy that I'm working with, and in his first, he's at about 6 weeks now, and he's lost 50 pounds, which is absolutely incredible. And the interesting thing is, in the average person, for women, it's about a half a pound a day. For guys, it's about a pound a day. But those are some really great results. And when people understand, oh my gosh, I don't have to do this intense exercise, it's hard for them to wrap their head around, because again, people have that perception, I got to beat the weight out of me, instead of I need more sleep, I need more rest, and I really have to nurture my body more. So if you're finally looking for not only how to lose weight, but how to do it in a healthful manner, because what we want is we want you to not only develop these habits that are going to stay with you, because a lot of people lose weight and they gain it right back. That's the last thing we want you to do. We have to adopt healthier lifestyles, and we have to do it in a way that's sustainable and with real food. And again, we've just had so many great results with it, the program. We haven't had anyone who has not got great results. So the big thing is really understanding the science behind this program. And of course, that's one of the things we go through and have a greater understanding that, again, there's times to expend that life force and work out and exercise, but we have to make sure the body's in the correct position or the optimal position before I can even start that. So this is all really about building a good, strong foundation in their health. And, you know, I mean, the one thing is, if you take a look at like what Paula and I both do on a regular basis in terms of our philosophies, it's always to reestablish balance or harmony in the body. You know, we look for a couple of different things. Does the body have the raw material to function optimally? And does it not have too much of what it doesn't need, i.e. toxins? So that's one of the important things, is we got to get rid of the toxins, and then we have to give your body the raw materials it needs. And of course, that's the beautiful thing about testing for things, is we can customize the program, you know, based on each individual and what their needs are, because the variables are so different for everybody. And, you know, of course, men and women, you know, women hormonally are yeah, let me go figure.
And I was going to say that there's a lot of people on GLP-1s. So what was that, or tirzepatide or semaglutide? So part of that is not everyone gets fantastic results with that. A lot of people have side effects. They just can't handle those side effects. I've had clients that have gained weight, like significant amounts, within a few months of being on it, which is really interesting. So everybody has a different response. So even though everybody's out there touting like, oh gosh, go on GLP-1s, microdose, that doesn't work for everyone. So even though you think it works for everyone because everyone's promoting it. So, and then there's other people out there that don't want to be on a medication for the rest of their life. So it's like, why not try something and see if this is going to be the way to regulate your nervous system and allow your body to shed the weight on its own. I mean, really, it's just fabulous. I would recommend anybody to go through that program.
Yeah, and one of the things is, let's say you lose 30 or maybe 40 pounds on a GLP-1. The question we have to ask is, again, getting back to cause and effect, sometimes you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? And so you're stressing out different organs, glands, systems, and yes, you're losing weight, but at what potential cost? And for a lot of people, one of the things we've seen is breaking down of muscle. So for every pound you're losing, a third of it's coming from muscle. So if you ever get off it, then what happens is your basal metabolic rate has dropped. So now you're less efficient at burning calories. And another thing, I don't know if you've ran into this, I think we've had some conversations about this, but some of the people that we know that have gotten on, I don't know if it's almost like an apathy, but they don't work out the way they used to. Some people were really regular exercises, and then they're like, well, you know, I'm just not exercising as much as I used to. Well,
they stop exercising and then they don't eat good at all. That's what I find. That they crave junk food. And I've had people that have gained all the weight. They had to stop it because of side effects and gained all the weight back. Or they just keep titrating them up and then trying to get different ones. Once they don't approve, their insurance doesn't approve them staying on it, now they have to go off of it, and now they are struggling and gaining all the weight back, but now they have less muscle, like Rob said, And so now that significantly causes problems. There's a lot of people with gastric issues from it. So there's definitely heard stories, a lot of stories with people having their gallbladders removed within a year of being on it. I'm not so sure that's the best way to go for weight loss down the road, is to lose your gallbladder. So it's about your health too. So it's just, I have a few people that are, well, just, I mean, I have quite a few people that have been on them or are on them. And I only have one that I would say has gotten profound results in the fact that she stayed at the lowest dose. She had an autoimmune disease. She's done it right. She's working out. She's eating right. So it all worked together for her. But it's a small amount of people. So I would definitely say it's worth a shot to try this program, and you'll be amazed at the results you get.
Yeah, and the question again, getting back to, well, with this Living Light program, you can lose 30, 40 pounds. You can lose 30 or 40 pounds on a GLP-1, but if one, we're really optimizing organ health, glandular health, you're really focusing on more of a systems-based approach, and we're getting you healthier, holistically in the process, well, then that just makes sense that that might be a better option for you, right? So I think if we want to make this really simple, and Paul and I talk about this all the time, but if you want to keep health really simple, it boils down to two things. We want flow and we want balance. So if there's a blockage of any kind in the body, bad things happen. Even conventional medicine, nobody will refute that. And then the other thing is balance. Anytime we get out of balance, our body's designed to work best in homeostasis, a harmony or balance. And when we get outside of those balances, that's when symptomologies manifest, right? So what do most people do? They look to suppress the symptom. What do? We look to get to the root cause of why someone's experiencing that symptom. And if you're struggling with weight, then there's certain metabolic systems that are out of balance. It's as simple as that. And so all we have to do is reharmonize, rebalance your body, and you're going to get results.